we'll put on main tank. So anyway, it all lights up pretty good. So over here is the throttle. Right here.
Yep.
This is your choke. Once it starts, choke goes off. Idle speed's here, mixer's in the back. It was 2 and 3/8 turns from bottom.
Yep.
I'm probably more like about 3.5 right now because with the open pipes it wanted more fuel.
Right.
So, or whatever, more air, less fuel. It acted like it was leaner when I screwed it in, but I thought that was an air jet, not a fuel jet, but I don't know. It might be a fuel jet. So anyway, right now it's a little bit more than it is. But, so to choke it, I just put my hand like that. It's got fuel instantly in it. You know, everything primed up instantly. So you're going to have to wet nurse the throttle lightly and just hit the starter button and turn the ignition switch on.
Either way, you said.
Doesn't matter which way.
That's hilarious. That is fucking funny.
I shut the petcock off. I shut it off. Before you put this thing on bed, you run it out of gas. So start up and run it completely out of gas.
Okay.
That way the carburetor won't get anything in it. It'll flush it, it'll clean it, keep it clean. The clutch cable did work. I put it in gear and it worked fine. So if you want to run it through the gears or something, you put up on the rack, put it back up there and do that, but it doesn't really matter. I ran it. It was in second gear for a while, so everything in there is warmed up now. It shifts nicely when you're doing it by hand without the motor running. It's just real clean. It's just that shift lever's junk, so it's going to be same thing. It's going to need a shaft and a new lever to fix that.
On what? I'm sorry?
On the tranny.
Yeah.
Shift lever. You had some different controls yet, didn't you said, or not?
No, I said I just wanted to change them.
I would not personally keep these. These are really weak. If you push on these very hard, it's going to twist on you. And I don't even know if you can get parts for them, whatever the hell I don't know if this is the PM stuff or what the hell these things are, but they're old.
I don't see any markings on them.
Most of this stuff you just can't replace parts, you know, kind of on your own for seals. Sometimes I got to remachine the pistons in there to put different O-rings and stuff in them.
Right.
So there's a way of doing them, but it's better just put new shit on there.
Right.
Because everything on that other side is junk. There's nothing good on the other side at all.
I don't see any names on this stuff at all.
Yeah, I don't think PM names are shit either, but I don't know who makes this crap. There's so many manufacturers in a day. But the motor's quiet, not marked, nothing, doesn't vibrate. I scraped the plugs off with my screwdriver shit. I pulled this one out, it's nice and clean. It's got a little bit of, the tip's getting a little heat on it like it's supposed to and burning itself off. So it's not running rich, it's not oiling. The intake valves look like they were a little bit of oil on them, the exhausts were dry. I did on the borescope, watch the video back, you can see it. Before the borescope battery ran dead. But it's overall pretty good.
You see that front?
Make sure you shut the ignition.
Looks like it was trying to seize.
Make sure you turn the ignition off up here. It's got some pretty heavy wear marks in there, like it's transferring some metal or something, I don't know, but it's quiet. I ran it for 5-6 minutes. It barely got any heat in the rocker boxes at all. It's pretty dry, pretty cold. Of course, it's cold in here, so. But yeah, just the powertrain's great. You know, everything about the powertrain frame's all good. It's just everything else is trash. So.
How long did it take you to get all this done?
Been working all night. All night.
What time did I leave?
What time did I go get gas?
9:30.
9:30. Then after that, I got it running. Then I had to wire it. some more. I rewired it. I put the switch on there for you. We did a few more things. Played on all the brakes and stuff for a couple hours. Been working out. Pretty much I went in the house about a half hour before you got home.
You gonna ride this thing tomorrow or what?
No, I don't want this poking in my asshole. It's rideable. We have to do something for a seat.
That's hilarious.
I got throttle cable and throttles over there in the box. I don't know how much of that shit you really want to play with or not. So obviously you want some throttle cables to put the carb on your FXRT. So I guess set you up with some cables if I got long enough, because you got high bars on that thing. I probably don't have long enough cables. I only bought 32 inch cables. Those are probably 36, but you have to measure them.
I forget.
Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff in the box. We just pull out whatever you want, and everything else we'll take back. So anyway, overall, it's pretty good. It's a good foundation to build on. So figure out what the hell you want to do with it. And too bad they butchered the frame up there with the gas tank, but that mid-USA catalog you threw in the bedroom on top of that box,
Yep.
pull that out and look at the gas tanks in it. They got some long skinny tanks that you can put on this thing. They have their own brackets, you just weld them to the frame. If you want to do something like that. Or you get that ugly coffin tank.
That thing's ugly. Ugly.
Anyway, but everything seems to work on it. Even that junk battery seems to be working for some reason.
I tell you, like it served me well. It took me a long way.
It wasn't starting for shit
Thousands
on
of miles.
the turd, but on this bike, it's lower compression. It starts easy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I would disconnect the ground cable and you can let it sit indefinitely.
Okay.
The battery there, just charge it every now and then. And the fuel, I got $5 worth of gas and I still got like half of it still in the container. So you can see how much fuel is that because it's right here. Got a good fuel gauge. So I just dumped the fuel. I would just, before you let it sit, just dump all the fuel out of it. The other gas tanks on the floor, you can just lay that back up on there if you want for now to store it, or leave it open so you can play with the motor. Everything is what it is. But the transmission has to come apart to fix all this stuff, obviously. Everything's just filthy. Now the tranny's got green oil in it. Don't know what it is.
Martian oil?
It's bright green.
Must be alien oil.
I don't know what it is.
The Slimer.
This stuff is stinky black shit in here. Same as the motor. Like I said, this I dumped the oil out of it and then put fresh oil in. I got that oil over there if you want it. If not, don't worry about it. But if you put a seat on this thing, you can ride it because the front brake does work. It's probably fine, but you're gonna have to put a seat on it, and fender would be nice. But you can ride around the neighborhood just with a seat on, just as long as your ass doesn't go in the tire, you'll be fine.
Right.
But if your ass gets sucked into here, it's gonna hurt because it's gonna suck your ass in that
Yeah,
fucker.
that would not be funny.
Yeah, it's gonna pull on you pretty good. I recommend putting a fender on it of something to put your butt don't go back, can't slide back on the seat. Those handlebars are terrible, or the risers. I hate those tall risers. The front end's probably pretty good. It's got the same problem. The brake rotor's all worn, pretty heavy, but on the inside it's real bad. They probably ran this thing without pads. This one looks like it's pads in it now, but that back one,
Brakes without pads. It won't even stop. Metal on metal ain't gonna stop for you.
it actually does stop. It makes a lot of noise though, but metal on metal does stop.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It stops pretty good.
I figured it was
The hotter it gets, the more
slick.
more stopping it gets. It actually works
Melts
pretty good.
itself together.
It starts stopping really good. Yeah, it's surprising it does. It actually does work, but it's noisy. Parts are wearing though, but it does work.
What's the date on this tire?
Who cares?
I forget how to read.
Does it matter?
No, I'm just intrigued.
Who cares? It runs. It's a Metzler, nice and hard. And you know what? I still got one brand new one left. It's already 12, 15 years old.
Really?
It's hard as a rock, but I think it's a 150. This is a 130 because it's on a fat rim. So
I forget. There's a board. There's a date on these
Put a 150 on it. I'd put a 150 on it. Fill in the gap. Yeah, you can't go any wider though. See, it's already here. You can't do it. I forget these softail. You can't put big tires on them, about 140s. There's some tricks you can do, but it's.
Switch that thinner belt.
Yeah, if you put the thin belt on there, you can do it. They make thin belts now.
Go to a 1 inch. 1 inch will give you.
Oh yeah, do fine. You put that seat tail on there, put a 150 tire on this rim, it'll look good. Be just fine. I redo all the brakes, you know, put all new stuff in the brakes. That's why I bought all the brakes over there. There's a whole bunch of kits over there. Just put all new stuff in there and it should be good. This should be a good caliper here. It's just that the rest of that stuff in front is junk.
Yeah.
This was leaking out of here pretty bad.
Fired up for you right away.
This was leaking pretty bad here, but I just tightened the piss out of it and quit leaking. So, but it's still seeping out of this a little bit. Can't believe that plastic plug's holding, but I can't put any brake pressure. That's why it's holding it. Otherwise, they just blow that thing right out of there. That wire was going up around here. Was actually for the speed sensor. I think there's one snaking its way up through here somewhere. There's a brand new wiring harness in the box over there for early 90s bike. So if you want to put a whole new harness on, there's one in the box over there. But this is probably going to end up being the chopper some type, so you just, you know, how much stuff you really want on it.
Yes, you're very correct about that. It's gonna be some sort of chop show.
You got that big long springer in the front row, you can put that on there if you wanted, or if it fit.
I like the front end. I'll probably leave it alone.
That's fine. I don't like the wheel, but I'm not in those stupid big ass, a lot of spokes. They're heavy too. Those things are twice the weight of a wheel. Those things are boat anchors.
Because you got all the spokes on it.
Yeah, they're very heavy.
Oh, that's 21, yeah.
This here is going to break on you. You give us a couple of shots right here, it's going to bend these right off.
What's gonna break?
The brake stops.
Fork stops?
Yep. Or yeah, fork stops, yeah. Yeah, these things are just going to break right off. You're just going to bend them over. So don't go slamming too hard against the stops. Those things don't hold up very well. It's probably billet trees, garbage. But overall, not bad. Something to play with. All right, well, that's it for now on it.